thanks for coming on. Thanks for talking with me. I want to talk about your role on season 2 of this series. Can you talk about your character and what he's going to bring to this series for season 2?
Of course. Thank you for having me as well. Firstly, it's a pleasure. So my character's name is Vahid, and Vahid is this over the top. I don't want to say a douche. He's everything is like head to toe in Versace, and he drives a Lamborghini, and he has this beautiful pool house, and he's kind of one of these staple rich kids of Tehran. What he brings to the series is that he is kind of the gateway for Tamar, our lead, to make her way through the rich side of Iran to, without giving anything away, do what she needs to do, get to whoever she needs to get to. And that's what I'm here.
That sounds amazing. That sounds awesome. So what drew you to this role in the first place? Because it sounds like a great role, but what got you just, man, I have to get this role when I audition for it?
Right. You know what? The character is a lot of fun to play. Vahid is, like I said, he's very dramatic. We were actually on set and we were thinking about if we had to, kind of personify our characters or give our characters an animal to kind of show what kind of character this is. We settled that like Vahid comes across like a tiger. Everything is in excess. Everything is like, I actually have a tiger print tracksuit for the character, which fans will see, which is great. But everything is this kind of over the top, over macho, dramatic sense of presence that I love about the character, about Vahid. Every time you see Vahid on screen, it's like something has to happen. He can never just exist quietly. And I love the ability of Vahid to kind of walk into any room or start talking to any person and just drown them in this luxurious sense of excess. And I was like, yeah, I want to try this, because me and Vahid are so opposite. Like me as a person to Vahid as just polar opposites. I'm like, I want to explore this alien concept.
He sounds like such a fun character. Like you described me, I'm really, like, wow, like you. That's awesome, man. Like, congratulations on getting the role. So, did you get to do any cool stunts while on the show?
A few. There wasn't that many stunts for this character. We did have in episode 4, which is now out. Me and Dariush, who plays Payman. We have a great wrestling match in a pool, basically, where we spend like some time trying to drown each other. And that was about the closest that we got to stunts. Just because we are really swimming, we are really in a pool. Like the first time, especially that we did it, it was just like, go in the pool and try to drown each other. Do you know what I mean? But like, in a safe way, of course. That was the closest that we got to stunts on this. Just because, Vahid's character is untouchable. He doesn't have to do these stunts. Everything like his uncle is in, some high-ranking official, I think, in police, and like he's kind of this bravado of, I don't actually have to do anything. So unfortunately, there were not that many stunts to do, but we did get to splash in the pool a little bit.
Your character would pay someone to do the stunts.
yeah, absolutely. Vahid would have bodyguards doing all of his stunts for him.
Right,
and,
exactly.
And minions across the city to do all of his dirty work.
I love it. And so Glenn Close, she's also on this season. Did you get to work with her at all? And if you did, what was it like working with her?
We didn't have scenes together, but I did get to watch her work a number of times, and she's just, as you would expect, phenomenal. She's extraordinary. Everything that first of all, she's such a wonderful, lovely, kind person. Like um, just very nice to be around. Just to chill out. But also, she's very work driven, and watching her portray her character is like watching art move. It's beautiful. It's like I could sit down happily and just watch her do scenes all day. We didn't have many scenes together, unfortunately.
She's amazing. She's like literally
Yeah.
everything that she's on, any project that she's on, like you can't help but be hooked to it. So that's so awesome that
so much
you get to be on a project with her.
Yeah, for real. I was very privileged, very, very honored. It was a huge pleasure just like I say, just to watch her work. And I could say that about all of the actors, actually. Watching each one of them kind of delve into their character was so, it was like almost intoxicating. You could look at this person just go deeper and deeper and deeper into this story that they're trying to tell. And just like, I love it. I love it. Personally, I love it.
It sounds like you had so much fun on this series. Speaking of speaking of projects, you're also on you're going to be on an episode of the upcoming Netflix series The Sandman. What was that like? Because that's a big show.
That is a huge show, and I'm such a big Neil Gaiman fan. I'll put my hands up very happily and very comfortably and say I'm not a huge player in that show. But we got to see a lot of the concepts that they were trying to do, the stories that they were trying to tell. And I'm so excited for this show just because it's knowing, and of course, not that I can say any of the details, but knowing the stories that they are trying to tell and knowing, obviously, Neil Gaiman's very specific storytelling style, which definitely comes through in the series, is so exciting because I'm such a huge fan. It's just a good story, and I've been saying this for so long. It's all we do is tell stories, like as actors, as writers, as directors, as producers, even as every role. If every like cog in this machine comes together, what you get is just a really good story. We don't build a rocket, we don't land on the moon. We just tell a really good story, and it's so nice that every once in a while you get to be part of a project, even as one of the tiny cogs in this huge machine that is going to tell such a wonderful story. And that's what Sandman is going to be. I'm so excited just to watch it.
Man, just that right there was an amazing pitch as to why to watch The Sandman. That's and you speak nothing but facts.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That's like, I say this to anyone who will listen because I talk too much. I was born in Iran, in a small town in the southwest called Ahwaz. And who tells stories better than Middle Eastern uncles? Do you know what I mean? The art of storytelling runs so deep in the culture of like everyone gather around and, especially if you're kids and your older relatives, your cousins or your brothers, your dad, your uncle, your mom, your grandma, everyone, the culture of storytelling is so rich that in Iran, even in all of the Middle East, you grow up with such a profound respect for a good story well told that the lucky few of us who are able to do that professionally, you're like, I just want to tell amazing stories. And again, that's what it's going to be. I'm so excited for it, just for that reason.
Wow. I swear I can talk to you all day about this stuff. Like, that's amazing. What else are you working on that you would want to tell your fans about?
You know what? Speaking of very good stories, there is a film coming up called Fair Play. And Fair Play will be released, I believe, early next year. Which again, I put a small cog in this huge machine. But Fair Play is again another wonderful story about a guy and a girl who are in a relationship. I'm just the bare basics, 'cause I don't want to give anything away. A guy and a girl who have to hide their relationship because they work in the cutthroat world of finance, and you explore how that world and all of the things that come with it affects the relationship of these two people. That's all I want to say, because I'll get carried away and excited and I'll tell you the whole plot, the story, and the lights and the camera and everything. But at its core structure, that's what it's about. And delving into the emotional side of what we know is a very cutthroat business, a very direct, hard-hitting, fast-moving business, and how that affects two people who are just trying to remain human in the middle of it, is this beautiful spiral into emotion. I play a guy called Arjun in that series, and Arjun is one of the cutthroat, fast-moving people that works in that office and contributes his fair share to stress within that environment. Again, without giving too much away. So I think that's going to be a really beautiful, emotional story told very well that fans should look out for.
It sounds like you're just doing amazing. Like you're in 3 projects, and not only just 3 projects, but 3 projects that have, you know, depth and amazing stories. And I just want to say congratulations. That's awesome. This current project, this project that you were just talking about, where can people watch that when it comes out? Do you know yet?
I'm actually not sure as of right now. The last I heard of it, they were going to go for a cinematic release first, but don't quote me on that. That may well have changed since last I spoke. And then post that, I'm unaware. I don't know where exactly they'll be able to watch it, but it's called Fair Play, and I am sure it will be easy to watch, because I think it will make a very big wave. I think it'll be very difficult for people to not hear about it, put it that way. I think it'll ripple through, and people will, when it comes out, know exactly where to watch it.
Oh, well, we're definitely going to be looking out for that. I can't wait to see that. Thank you so much, man, for coming on. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I can talk all day with you about this stuff.
And I would love to.
Do you have any social media that you want to give your fans so that they can keep up with you and everything that you're doing?
Sure. Yeah, my Instagram is probably where I'm most active. Just at Sia Alipour, first name, last name. I don't tweet much or much on YouTube, but again, trying to tell stories through Instagram and, you know, give as much of the culture of the Iranian people out, because it's not something that we see very often. But yeah, that's where they can catch me, at Sia Alipour on Instagram.
I love that last part, man. I love that last part.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man. I'm very grateful that you had me on as well, just to try and tell more of these stories. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in once again to Let's Binge About It. And I will see you guys later. I'm Benny Adams. You can find me on all social media at Benny J Adams. Take it easy.